Konnichiwa, I'm the MangaMan, and I can't believe I got roped into this!
Umineko no Nakukoro ni, or Umineko When They Cry, is a sister series to the popular Higurashi When They Cry series. More like an evil twin sister, and that's saying something. Like Higurashi, the Umineko anime series was based off on a Japanese soft visual novel video game series produced by 07th Expansion, who had no part in the anime adaptation, mind you. After the popularity of the video games, the series had several manga as well as a novel. Then finally, in 2009, the anime series came out with 26 episodes and 4 specials.
Oh, believe me, we'll get into the specials later. Also like Higurashi, Umineko has the same style of being all quirky, fun-loving, and happy-go-lucky to gruesome, shocking, and creepy, and just disturbing! Whereas with Higurashi, this led to a very interesting, if not a little clumsy at times, but effective portrayal of the tragic events. Umineko was not so effective. What do I mean by this? Well, let's dive right into the insanity that is Umineko When They Cry.
So, one thing that I have to admit about this series is that it has a kick-ass soundtrack. No, seriously, this is some of the best music that I've heard in any anime series that I've ever seen. The opening and ending is a good testament to the soundtrack, showing off a hauntingly beautiful tones with creepy melodies. Now then, with that out of the way, let's get into the meat of the story. So how does our charming little anime start?
It begins on a dark night, where a dark man waits with a dark purpose. で、私はどのくらい持つ？3ヶ月ほどかと。
Now, naturally, this is a very serious, very emotional thing for anyone to hear, and Kinzo, being the high-status man that he is, takes it with all the dignity of a toddler getting his tetanus shot. Kicking and screaming the whole way through. Yeah, well, anyways, we then cut to our character Butler. Or Battler. Whatever.
I'm on a boat! I'm on a boat! Everybody look at me, cause I'm sailing on a boat! I'm on a boat! I'm on a boat! Take a good hard look at the motherfucking boat!
Butler, or Battler, is a strong-willed person with a practical mind, thinking through any difficult situation, and is an avid non-believer in magic. This will be later on the test, so keep notes. He's also a dork, gets frustrated at times when things get too confusing, and has lustful intentions for almost everything that has boobs, including his cousin.
And he's our protagonist. Anyways, the Ushimiras have a little family reunion on their privately owned island that they hold once a year to discuss their family circumstances or their current circumstances. And when I say talk, I mean bicker like a bunch of school children.
I mean, jeez, the kids are more mature than the adults here. At least they get along. You see, the adults are accusing the oldest son, Kraus, for embezzling their father's hidden fortune. Of course, he denies these accusations, stating that he's as in the dark on the gold's location as they are. You see, Kinzo's hidden gold is tied into the witch's epitaph, which leads us to one of the many foreshadowing moments we'll be seeing in the first part of the series.
一昨年の4月に親方様が画家に命じて描かせたんです。マリア知ってる。ベアトリーチェ。
Most of the family consider Beatrice to be a fairy tale, nothing more than a child's fantasy, which is appropriate because the only one who believes in the existence of Beatrice is the smallest member of the family, Maria, or Maria.
Maria is the only child of Rosa, the last in line to inherit the family fortune. Maria is a cheerful little girl who loves the stories of witches and magic. She also goes around every day, dressed like it's Halloween, her favorite holiday. She also makes one of the most annoying sounds to ever come out of a character's mouth. I guess some might see it as a cute little quirk. Well, I hear it as a torturous, nagging, whining sound that beats into my ear like an unrelenting drop of water from a Chinese water torture device, but not in constant rhythm. No, it's the irregular rhythm that makes you think that the madness is over, only for it to continue its unrelentless assault, and it repeats this until you pray to God that somebody makes it stop. Someone! Anyone! Make it stop! Okay. Stop now. She's had enough. Okay, it wasn't that bad. Just stop it. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Jesus, lady!
So after winning the Mother of the Year award, Rosa leaves her daughter outside alone, and did I mention that there is a typhoon coming in? And nobody seems inclined to watch the poor girl, with one exception. After thinking she may have been a little bit too hard on her child,
Nah, you think?
Rosa goes out to look for her daughter in the rain, with the help of Battler and the rest of the kids.
After finding her daughter, they are disturbed to hear that Maria has encountered a witch named Beatrice, or Beatrice. This is brought up again at the dinner table when Maria pulls out a letter from her knapsack. Hey, wait!
六軒島へようこそ、後ろ宮家の皆様方。私は金蔵様にお仕えしております。当家顧問錬金術師のベアトリーチェと申します。その条件とは、契約終了時に黄金のすべてを返還すること。そして利息として、後ろ宮家のすべてを頂戴できるというものです。黄金の隠し場所を暴けたなら、私はすべてをお返しするでしょう。それでは金蔵様との知恵比べを存分にお楽しみくださいませ。今宵が知的かつ優雅な夜になるよう心よりお祈りいたしております。黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェ。
I think that blow to the head made her a little bit disturbing.
This scene leads to one of the many themes in this series, flipping the chessboard over thought process, or to put it more simply, chessboard thinking. Kinda like thinking outside of the box, only thinking underneath the chessboard, which I don't really see how that makes sense anyway, or just the entire chess theme in general, but more on that later. No time for fun and games when there's mystery afoot.
Eight-letter word for what I'm gonna be in the next few scenes.
So how about that crossword puzzle?
A down was dead meat, you know.
Oh, Maria, have you been playing with the finger paints again? Okay. But that isn't the only unsettling news this morning. There are also around 8 people that are missing.
They discover a locked storage shed in the back, covered in strange red markings. The good news of this is that they found the missing people. The bad news is that they are all dead with their faces smashed in. It's really devastating for poor George here because the servant girl he proposed to last night is among the victims. And those two, George and Shannon, being the only 2 characters that are semi-likable. They later find that the actual murder must have taken place in the dining hall where most of the victims were last night, discussing the family fortune and whatnot. While the 2 aunts, Ava and Natsui, go to check on Kinzo, we partake in Maria Creepy Scene number 4.
こんなのもわからないの？これは太陽の7の魔法陣だよ。束縛から逃れ、自由を得られる力を授ける。そういう意味。旧約聖書の詩編第116編の16節と17節だよ。
Now, I know that Maria is just a kid and wouldn't fully understand the situation, but no kid at any age would act like this after the death of their family members, including their own mother! I mean, sure, she was an abusive bitch, but she was still her mother!
This scene also brings up the fact that these mysterious markings on the shed's door is a magic circle that has an unnecessary biblical reference. More on this later. Anyways, the aunts come back saying that Kinzo has also gone missing. What's worse is that the fareboat won't be coming back to pick everyone up until tomorrow, which means they are trapped on the island with a killer on the loose.
Deciding that staying together is the safest option, they start discussing what the hell has been going on around here. They talk about the letter and how the killer might be trying to make them search for the hidden gold, as well as how the murderer moved the bodies from the dining room to the outdoor shed. This brings up the locked door murder concept, which we shall see throughout the rest of the series. They also start accusing each other of the murder, and thus the seed of mistrust is planted.
どうして母さんがそんなことしなくちゃならないんだよ。後ろ宮家の財産を独占するためよ。7年間行方不明のままなら法律上死者と同じ扱いになる。遺体を隠して7年待つつもりかしら。あのお言葉を否定するというのですか。何？それで私を撃つの？いいわよ、撃っちゃえば。やりなさいよ。暴力で真実をごまかしてごらんなさいよ。踊れ！
Have I mentioned how likable the characters are? I haven't? Good. The first part of the series is setting up the chessboard, so to speak. It's given us the location, the people involved, as well as a genuinely intriguing mystery. However, there is a lot of speculation in the first part. Who's the murderer? Was it a witch? Etc. But does it lead to anything? Well, we'll see.